All right, we're out at the home of Mr. and Mrs. Morrison, looking at doing some siding work. We talked about several different recommendations as far as work to be done. As it stands right now, we're basically looking at sidewall siding is the primary focus of this this initial visit here. We are going to look at sidewall siding. We're going to look at windows on the main house, not the addition, as a first option. And then a second option of doing siding on the garage, a detached garage as well. So that's kind of our scope of work. We've got a beautiful home here. Just needs a little update as far as the siding to prevent against any kind of further rot or decay that would go on. So on the front here, all 4 pairs of shutters here, and then another pair of shutters right over in this area here would all be removed and then reattached. So we would take care of that. All windows, siding, all windows, doors, interior corners, exterior corners that are in existing siding now, except for the addition, would all be replaced with a Hardie trim, 1x4, 1x6, 1x2, whatever the case is. So we will not use on the addition and back. You'll notice that there is Hardie plank siding. It's a Cedar Mill Select Smooth 8 1/4, so that'd be the same siding we'd be using. But they used wood corner trim, so we would not do that. We would use the appropriate Hardie corner trim, just so we have continuity as far as wear and finish and all that. So that's pretty much what we got here. A lot of big windows on the front, but pretty much everything else is pretty straightforward. Just tearing off the existing siding, resheathing the walls with the 7/16" OSB, Tyvek seam tape, flashing where it's necessary around windows and doors, and then actually installing the Hardie trim and Hardie plank system. You can go ahead. Coming over to the right side here, do have a couple windows. Couple windows here basically that would have to be retrimmed in Hardie plank siding. We do have a couple quarter circle vents up flanking each side of the chimney. You can barely see them probably in the shadows, but there's 2 quarter circle vents that would also be retrimmed in Hardie plank siding. Again, the other pair of shutters here. This window that we can see right here is in the framing is rotten all the way through, so that would have to be repaired as part of the window installation, just to make sure that can be solved, that can be fixed. But it's completely, this subsill is completely rotten out. And then coming around here, we have a nice little bay window here, beautiful little bay window. Same idea there. The trim on that, the facing on that is in pretty rough shape, so we would wrap all that and reface all that with the Hardie plank siding. You can see up top, basically you just have the siding that dies into the shingle line, so we would reflash that, put some Z-flashing there, and make sure the proper exposure is left between the sidewall siding and the shingle roof line. They have a gorgeous lab. His name's Blue, so he'll be helping out with the project for sure. And then you can see there's just this small end here. Now what we have back in the back, they had this addition put on. Again, they did use the Hardie plank. Beautiful sunroom right here. Where our start and stop point is basically this corner, right where this window is. This corner, all of this area extending this way is the addition. So coming this way into the main house right here is where we will start and stop. Coming down along this patio corner right here is our other start and stop point. So basically from everything here going this way would be our start and stop point. And then continuing on to the areas that we already looked at. Down here, same thing, wrapping the set of double French doors. We can replace the carriage lights, or not replace, but remove them and reinstall them. This window would be wrapped in Hardie plank, starting and stopping right at this pillar, basically, of the sunroom. These windows, doors, everything on the addition, including these doors, we are not replacing. So we are not touching any windows or siding, for that matter, on the addition, which again is this part that extends this way, going this way, we will not be working on anything in that area. Coming around here again, we just have more addition. We did I did measure and spec this garage as an extra area. We got on the back, same thing, just flush wall. This really is the only wall with windows and doors. So basically we'll wrap all, I think it's 3 windows, a door, and then the garage door frame will all be wrapped in Hardie on this garage if they choose to include that in the scope of work. This again, back here is all part of the addition with the smooth Hardie already on it. So again, nothing going on back here. You can see all the way up to the chimney. They did use wood trim, unfortunately, on the corners, but other than that, the Hardie looks like it's in pretty good shape still. Come around here again, this is all addition. There we go, the sun was blinding there. So this is all already done. Our start and stop point basically on the bottom, on the ground floor, is this corner. So this is the old siding. This corner over will all become new Hardie plank siding. Now up top, you can see there's a color line here. You have some dark gray and you have some light gray. This corner again, right where we see that little bump out, is where the new Hardie would start. This line right here. That's where the new Hardie would start. And for color sake, we're going to match the darker of the grays. So you can see right here, we have dark gray, light gray. Here, we're going to match the dark gray on the new addition for the new color. Both these doors, gable vents on both ends. We have 2 gable vents, one right here up top, one down below on the lower gable. Those would all be wrapped. This upper story window here, these 2 doors, this window, would all be wrapped in Hardie plank 1x4. All these electrical boxes here would be pulled away. We'd side behind and then reattach the boxes. Then we got this little kind of nook in here. This area in here is all Hardie plank, would all be new Hardie plank as well. So this entire end from where we talked about this being the starting point right here at that trim piece would all become new Hardie plank siding. There's 2 windows up top, 305s. We got 1 window right here and another window right here. Those would all be retrimmed in Hardie 1x4. Down here we have kind of like the AC access point. So this would all, these 2 windows and the siding inside this little enclosure would all become new Hardie plank as well. Again, Cedar Mill Select Smooth 8 1/4 is the board that would be used to match the addition that was done, and we would be matching the darker of the gray colors that we see on the addition. So that's pretty much our scope of work, Mr. and Mrs. Morrison. We really appreciate you considering Southwest Exteriors for the project, and look forward to working for you guys. Thanks so much.